Why is this? Okay, hold on. Okay. I think that is okay. All in order. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? My second live stream. First one was kind of, not bad quality. So hopefully this one is better. And it's Friday. It's good. Thank God. I had a beautiful week. I know we're under quarantine right now, still for like the second month. Who knows how long that's gonna last? Who knows how long we're gonna be inside our little. See, like it says, connection is unstable. Please wait while we're trying. I don't know why the connection is unstable. If I have, I'm sharing bandwidth with my niece over here, but it should be all right. I don't know why there has to be like an issue, but anyway, that aside. Hopefully you're all doing well. Hopefully you're all keeping safe. And I don't even know if I should say this, but hopefully you're all following governmental regulations. Do with that whatever you may want to do with it. I'm here chilling in my house. I haven't gone out in like 10 years, so it's all cool. I just wanted to give like a live update, and look, one person's watching. Cool. I just wanted to give like a live update and say that my life has been going very well. I have been very blessed, thank God, by just everything that has been happening. I know that sounds kind of morbid, but I'll explain in a bit, maybe if there's time. A lot of this just calamity. A lot of these calamities have been very, very just. It's horrible for a lot of people, but out of the ashes we rise again, and so I think personally it's a perfect opportunity. Yeah, the economy is crashing. Yeah, the economy is going to heck. A lot of people are like stuck inside. They have mental health issues. They're stuck with their parents. They're stuck with their kids at home, and they're about to burst. I feel that a lot of people are just about to burst, and they just can't handle it anymore. That's why you have all these protests. That's why you have all these people on the other side of the spectrum, the political spectrum, that just can't handle this anymore. And so I thought it was going to be able to upload. See, it's still uploading for some reason. I told it to upload, and it didn't upload, and I told it to cancel, and now it's uploading. So it's really, really weird, and I don't know why. Oh, whoops! You can't see that. I don't know why YouTube has such weird rules about like kids are watching and you can't have any comments and blah blah blah, blah, and you can't be monetized now, and it's just very, very strict regulations again. I should take this off. These are bugging me. Ugh. Yeah, that's the bad news. That I had like 20 something minutes. Oh, no one's watching. I had like 20 something minutes of my life, of like my room tour. I gave a tour in my room, and I said like a lot of things that I wanted to say now, that I want to say now, but I feel like it'll be repetitive if it ends up actually uploading, and so I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see how it plays out, and I guess that's all that can be said about that. Other than, I'm really excited about like parks opening up again and beaches opening up again. I really want to run. Okay, so I'm doing this regimen. This was like my high school regimen. I mentioned this in the video that I'm trying to upload, but I'm gonna mention it again. But there's this regimen that I had in my high school that allowed me to be super athletic, allowed me to lose like 50 pounds, and I want to go through it again, despite the fact that I have like severe plantar fasciitis. I want to go through it again and just show the world like what humans are capable of. Because when I was in high school, I went through this regimen, this very, very like easy regimen. It was easy in the sense that like you can do this every day, but it takes like 2 years to get to this like athletic point. Kind of similar to how like it takes like 2 or 3 years to get to like a good physique if you're lifting weights. Um, Similar to that, but this was really easy regimen. This was a really easy like routine. Yes. Well, now I'm not gonna FaceTime you because I'm on a live stream. Hold on. My sister is trying to FaceTime me. Hold on. I'm on a live stream and I will FaceTime you when I'm done, yo. Okay. So anyway, there was this like not strict, but it was just very laid out type of schedule for like being athletic every day. All you had to do was 30 minutes of physical exercise. Okay, no worries. Yeah, cool. All you had to do was 30 minutes of exercise. No, actually 35. 30 minutes of whatever sport. It has to be a team sport. It doesn't have to be, but it's recommended. 5 minutes of intense running. And that's the part that I'm kind of like, I don't know if I am able to do that because I have severe plantar fasciitis and I have like whatever this is like called, like my back really hurts and like I feel like my lower half of my body is like sort of like squeaky, not like that's hard for me. It's hard for me in that condition to run, and so it's gonna be kind of tricky to do the whole regimen, the whole like athletic schedule. But suffice it to say, I want to do it, and I do feel like this time, because I've tried to do this several times before. This is not a difficult schedule by any means, but this sports schedule, in case those of you are like that are chiming in right now, this is like a sports schedule that is guaranteed to make you lose like 50 pounds in 2 years. Doesn't sound like too much. Doesn't sound like it's too fast, but it works. It's guaranteed to work, and it's 100% safe. I think it's like a 90, 98, 99% safe. I mean, the state of California has you going to PE 2 years of your life, and you learn a lot from that. And so, I learned from that personally, and I'm using that to, you know, get out of all this like obesity. As you can see, as you can tell, I'm like 300 pounds, and it is way too much. And it's about time that I went back to sports, despite the fact that I have a lot of sports injuries. Okay, what I was going to talk about was, well, I mean, when I had my phone, I was able to like give a tour of my room, but I'm wondering how the connection is on here because it keeps saying it's unstable. Please wait while I try reconnecting. Welcome to the live chat. If any of you has any questions or has any comments or concerns, feel free to leave it on the chat, which is right there, the chat. Something else that I wanted to talk about was, I mean, my sports regimen, just running in general. I talked with my friend. There's two ways of running. One is if you're a long distance runner, and two is if you're a short distance runner. I guess there's a third one if you're both good at both, but that's kind of rare. I mean, in my experience, in my personal experience, what I've seen from athletes, from runners and sprinters, yeah, I was a long distance runner. I used to go like 7 miles ish, and I would go nonstop, sometimes nonstop, sometimes I would stop at 3.5 miles, and I would stretch and whatever. Anyway, yeah, the two options are that and the short distance running. So I wasn't a short distance runner until I was like 14 or 15. I started gaining in terms of like athletic skill when I went into high school, and it was just unbelievably a big change in my life. This was, I guess I'm going to talk about this whole like athletic experience in this video, but I just want to make sure all of you are okay. I just want to make sure all of you are doing well and that you're all safe and you're all being provided for. If you're not, then please reach out to people and just communicate as much as possible. Because I go on Facebook. I'm not supposed to have Facebook right now, but for several reasons. But I go on Facebook and no one wants to communicate. I don't think it's just me, because a lot of other people are just kind of like, it's like a safe haven kind of for like memes and sharing memes, and it's like a safe haven for people that want to just spend time on there and just, you know, just share. But at the same time, it's not healthy. It's I can tell the people are wanting to reach out to other people, and they don't have like the availability for, you know, reaching out to people. They don't have the availability in terms of like actual people there at their house, and etc. I'm speaking of like a few specific people, but I know that this is Facebook and you're not supposed to get personal. This is America and you're not supposed to get personal, and it's just, it sucks on a whole, but as a whole. But I think that, what was my original point? I think that if you're not, you know, communicating, then you should communicate. Believe it or not. And I guess I'll go back to talking about the athletic, like, because a lot of people that have been viewing this, I mean, I've seen like the viewers spike whenever I talk about like losing weight and stuff like that. So a good surefire way to lose weight is to do, okay, this is the schedule. Okay, it was, I might have to write this down. So this was the schedule that I had in high school for 2 years. Actually, during middle school, it was 2 years also. So maybe 4 years, but I'm gonna say 2 years because I was taking it. I took it more seriously when I was as a freshman in high school, when I started going to PE, and I started actually following what everyone was telling me to do. So the schedule that I have here is a surefire way to lose weight, and the stubborn weight, within 2 years or less, I think. What was I at? Like maybe like 200 pounds. I was 6 feet, 1 inch taller than I currently am. Actually, it's like half an inch taller than I currently am. And it was tough. And so it was like, I was like 200 pounds, and I think I ended up losing like maybe like 25 pounds. And this is the stubborn fat that does not go away no matter what you do. I lost, how much did I weigh? Like in 2000, I don't even know. I felt like I weighed like a feather. And I would run the mile in like 6 minutes and 56 seconds. That was my fastest mile. But again, I was young. And so, I mean, nowadays, if I was the same way, I would probably run it in even less. And so this routine that I'm going to give right now is very, very recommended on my behalf, and and by a lot of professionals in the state of California. I can't speak about other places. I can't speak about other, you know, organizations that. So, screw it. I'm gonna write down. Okay. So for 5 minutes, we would suit up. This was a total of 60-ish minutes. 60-ish minutes or like 55 minutes. Is 55 minutes? I think 55 or 60 minutes is the total PE allotted time that you have in a California standard education when it comes to PE, when it comes to physical education. So 60 minutes, 5 minutes was suiting up. 5 minutes was suiting up. That doesn't count as exercise. 5 minutes was suiting up. Then it was, I have the paper with me. I'll be right back. Okay, so 5 minutes was suiting up. 5 minutes suiting up. That was just like getting ready, get ready for going to do the activity, whatever. 5 minutes of stretching. You can extend that to 10 minutes if you're like really into sports or athletics or whatever, and you want to stretch your one of the fastest ways to lose weight, and so it's understandable. But I don't recommend you do long distance or long term running, um, because short distance running is where it's at, especially if it's explosive, especially if you put a lot of effort into it for 5 minutes. So you want to do suit up, stretch, and then run as fast as you can, 5 minutes. Then you want to do a team sport or any type of sport for 30-ish minutes. And so, I mean, my school was emphasizing team sports, and so there was a lot of people involved. We would do basketball. We would actually switch out a sport, and every other season. So it was seasonal team sports, and so we would have like basketball for like 2 months, and then it was like you want to do a team sport or a sport that you really like, and change it up because you don't want to get injured. You want to prevent injury as much as possible. That's one of the reasons why you want to stretch for as much time as you want. And then after you do the team or individual sport, you sit down or you just, I don't know, meditate. You can use that time to meditate. You can use the time to just do whatever you want for 5 minutes. And then that completes, what is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 20 plus 30 is 50. And that's like all you want to do in one day. That's 200 and wait, I'm doing this way too fast. Sorry, I'm on live stream and I'm kind of like pressured to do everything really fast. So what's 35 times 5? Five times 2 is 5, 10, 15, 16. All that stubborn fat that you have will turn into just not muscle, but it'll turn into lean muscle. And it'll, I mean, I don't have any stats to prove this. I don't have any whatever like other YouTubers, but for me as an individual, when I did this, it turned me into an athlete, and I was able to run the mile really, really fast. I was able to go day by day and have a lot of energy, and just it was awesome. It was the best time of my life, and so I've always wanted to go back to that life, to that moment, to those months. It was like a year or two where I was just like super like energetic and whatever. I really want to go back, and I want to have that physique, and I think it's possible to do it. So help me Lord. I think it's possible to do as long as I put my mind to it. And so I think that was what I discussed with my friend recently. We talked about like sports. He wants to do long distance running. He wants to do I told him that I recommended him not to do long distance because it might end up with injuries, foot injuries in particular. And so I told him, there's a lot of people that don't go that route and they still lose weight. And there's a lot of people that do go that route and they lose weight and they end up pushing it until when your foot is like your fascia, which is like some sort of like layer in your foot, that it's just like super irritated, or it just like all the connections in the bottom, not the bottom, but like your whole foot and your leg, it's just like super out of whack. And so you have to do a lot of yoga, you have to do a lot of stretching and physical therapy because of that reason. A lot of people call it the vampire bite when it comes to running, because there's a lot of runners that get it, and it's only a matter of time before you get it if you're a long distance runner. So my friend is on his treadmill inside his house, and I'm just like, that's good for now, but don't rely on it for like your only means of exercise. So that's my 2 cents on that. I wanted to talk about more things, but I'm gonna end it right here because I've talked a lot, and I want to see how this live stream ends up, or like how it, how it turns out. So if you guys have any other questions, there's no one that has said anything so far, but I wish you all a good day. I wish you all a good afternoon wherever you are in the world, and we'll call it a day. And I had to say something else. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell if you want to see when the newest video is up. Thank you.